And what is up, dear friends? Technical Stinkers here, checking in on our little 3D print operation for today. If you're unfamiliar, new to the channel, or unaware, I own a business that has nothing to do with 3D printing, but I got interested in the process, so I'm trying to print things here at home, sell them on the internet for money, do some exhibition prints, and just enjoy the process along the way. It's just exhibition, not instructional, so join me, follow along, subscribe to the channel. I'm hoping to do a giveaway here soon. It's been a while since I've done one. I'm wondering if I should wait for 10K. Subscriber growth slowed down a little bit, so I'm like, oh, maybe I should do it now and like kick that up. But anyway, subscribe to the channel. All right, boys, we got many a thing going on today. 2 printers currently active right now. We got the A1. That's in the final stages of a whole new concept that I'm doing. I'm gonna take a look at that. Orange Storm Giga is up and operational. I didn't make any tweaks, changes, tunings, or anything like that. A lot of people saying like maybe I've got an issue with that motor in the back that controls the X. I think it's the X, making that noise, and a couple prints failing. But I made a sale on another Smilodon skull, so I'm like, I need to replace that for stock. So I went ahead and started printing it there. Everything's good so far, so I'm gonna monitor that closely. Hopefully no failures. Let's see what the other things I got going on though. All right, and so lots of things going on. I've got the Flashforge printing. We're about to pull something off of that. I've got the FL Sun, the T1 Pro and the S1 Pro currently going. Sorry, it's feeding time. So I've got the S1 Pro and the T1 Pro currently going. Actually, the T1 Pro finished, and I'm printing these Carabiners. So if you saw my other video about 3D prints for the prepping space, doomsday prepping or whatever, a Carabiner was one of them. I'm like, you know what? That kind of ties into that other video with the shelf brackets where I tested how much weight they could handle. I was talking in that prepping video about how strong I thought the Carabiners really were. And I'm like, you know what? Let's print some Carabiners in various different materials and test them to see how much they can hold, because I was kind of impressed. So I got this model here. This one's in PLA, this one's in PETG. I'm doing one on the Flashforge 85M Pro, currently doing that one in ABS. And the S1 Pro is doing one in the nylon carbon fiber. This is one of those Carabiners that has like the locking ring on it. So, you know, you put your thing in there and then you screw it on. Seemed pretty solid when I printed it. These are 100% 0.2. Gonna do a dedicated video on those, you know, testing them or whatnot. But if you're watching the vlog, then you get exclusive sneak preview of the process of what I'm doing. So currently doing that one, PLA, PETG one seems really strong. Really have high hopes for the ABS and for the nylon carbon fiber. And I got a hand crank winch, so I'm not using the hydraulics on my tractor. I'm gonna try to do it a little better with like some pulleys to where the force is being pulled straight down in a consistent manner. Previously, when I did it with the shelf brackets, I was using the backhoe stabilizer on the tractor, and it's kind of overkill. You know, I could certainly do it with a hand crank winch. But it was pulling it at different kind of planar directions, so it wasn't exerting the load one for one. So gonna be working on that. Also, hi, Technical Stinkers here. So the other thing I'm working on is actually a print that I thought might have some potential for sale. So I've been designing it, and through the help of, thanks to Logan, Mountain Maker, for kind of giving me some tips and tricks, Roger at Tenmile Creations as well, Aaron at 802 Garage, thank you for some of the tips on that. What I have here is over here on my desk, I have this pen cup, right? Easy enough, pen cup. So this pen cup is like one of the first things I ever 3D designed. It's a cylinder with the hole cut out. It's a cup. It's not exactly the most complex design in the world, but I wanted something a little better, because previously I was using a phone stand to hold I don't have my phone, I've got my phone on me. So I keep my phone here at my desk to kind of monitor, you know, what's going on. But it was never in really a good space. It was this model. I'll put it up here. It's like the most downloaded phone stand off Thingiverse. It's a very common model. That's what I was using. It never really worked too well because I got a pop socket on the back of my phone, and the pop socket would kind of hit the phone stand. It would never really stay on there. So I'm like, you know what? Is there a way to combine this? So I've been working on combining a pen cup with a phone stand. And I thought, you know what? I've got this ashtray here for my cigarette butts and also my USB drives, because I'm always keep a bunch of these for putting prints on them or files or whatever. And so I thought it'd be nice if I put a little USB kind of holder thing and kind of combined it. And so I was like, how many more things can I put on here? Well, I've got all these whips for USBs connecting cameras and whatnot. So I put these little clips on the side to clip in USB cables. So it's kind of like an all-in-one. I'll call it an ultimate pen cup. I'm sure some variant of this already exists. I didn't look around for it. I designed this. I've been kind of recording the process all the way through. And so it's gone through all these different incantations of like this. I put a big, you know, kind of like a cone bottom on it for like stability. And then, you know, here is kind of, you know, a few changes. So right now, if you saw earlier on the A1, that's what I'm currently printing. Sort of the final version of it. I exported it into Fusion, filleted and chamfered and, you know, all these different things all the live long day. And so again, that's a dedicated content too of me designing the world's next latest and greatest $1 billion product. And then I'm gonna throw that on the Etsy and just kind of sneeze it out. It might be my first attempt of running Etsy ads as well, because I feel like there's some strength behind that product. I can print it in various different colors and materials. It's small enough for the plate. You know, it's just one of these bread and butter type products. I'm not sure that I'll, you know, see really many sales on it, but, you know, I did design it and it serves a purpose and, you know, I'm going to use it. So I needed to design it anyway. And there's probably a lot of other people out there that, like, you know, want a pen cup on their desk, but they don't want a pen cup, a phone stand, a USB ashtray, and USB clips. Maybe you want it all in one. So I'm going to be going through making the dedicated content on that, just trying to tweak and fine tune it and get it to a point where it's like, I know I can print it without, like, that's, you know, I was trying to make it to where I don't have to print it with supports, you know, making changes there, make it to where it just kind of prints flawlessly, like there's no really room for error on there. It's a pretty simple design. It's very geometric. But yeah, you're going to be working on that. Going to be working on the Carabiner thing, assembling all the pieces there. Our Smilodon skull over here, which we sold earlier. I went through, roll the time lapse. So I went through and cleaned up the Smilodon skull, still a little supporty underneath, and so the replacement piece for inventory for par stock that I'm printing right now is at a 0.5 layer height, so a little finer than this one. So hopefully that'll translate into like a little better fidelity, maybe supports will remove pretty easily because this is a 0.7 layer height. And, you know, like the supports are chunky. You know, when you pull them off, this is rapid PLA plus, so it gets a little gummy. You know, they don't snap off as clean. And so I have to go through and like heat treat it and torch it and kind of smoosh it out just a little bit. But gonna go and pack that one up. I actually have to run to the warehouse to get more boxes to fit some of these large ones. So gonna pack this up, ship this one off. No crypto miner shrouds. And if you noticed, I don't know if you've been following the vlog, the Brother Skitch embroidery machine. Not gonna happen, way too complicated. I'm not a seamstress. I'm not gonna make it in that world with needle breaks and thread breaks and then running it off an app. It's just, you know, so fine. It requires a level of dexterity. When I made, on character selection, I went strength and intelligence and the dexterity went down to 0. And then also intelligence and strength went down to 0 too. So not gonna be pursuing that. I'm gonna take my uniforms and have them embroidered because in the end, you pay a professional to do it. It's, you know, $5 a garment or whatever it is. It seems well worth it to me versus ruining a shirt trying to do it myself. So gonna be working on that. No embroidery machine, carabiners, all these other things. Let me know what you want to see in the comments below. Which thing, because again, the channel's small, and if you've been following the vlog, if you're a loyal viewer, appreciate it so much. Thank you. And I really value your feedback on what you think and what direction you think might have potential with some of these videos, testing 3D prints versus doing, you know, some larger exhibition prints versus designing products, you know, functional prints, things like that. You know, everybody likes functional prints, but it's kind of hard to come up with things. So let me know your thoughts, questions, and opinions in the comments below. Certainly appreciate it. Be sure to like the video because it's the nice thing to do, and subscribe for more content like this. I'm The Technicals. See you next time.